Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Tapu Fini, the newest legendary out of the Alola region, and Tapu Fini is quite good in the Ultra League, guys. And gonna be honest, I really wasn't sure if I would be able to have Tapu Fini ready for this cycle of the Ultra League, and that is just because my rare candy stores were a bit low, guys. After investing in Como-O and Salazzle for the Ultra League, I really wasn't sure if I'd be able to pull it off. But my goodness, I was able to during raid hour of last night, and here we are, guys. So Tapu Fini is amazing. I do believe that Tapu Fini will become meta in the Ultra League. It is thus far the only Tapu out of the Alola region that is really viable for the Ultra League. It has an excellent stat product suited for the Ultra League. Has a decent moveset. Water Gun, Surf, Moonblast. Sort of like the Azumarill of the Ultra League, if you will. So Tapu Fini will be in the back on this team, along with Griatina Altered on the lead. This is going to play a little bit more like a balanced team, not your typical ABB style team that you see. And that is okay. So Griatina on the lead. We have that for the Swamperts, just as a great generalist, to be honest. Jellicent mostly. You do see a lot of Jellicent leads. The Steel types, like Registeel. That's why we have Griatina Altered on the lead, along with Galarian Stunfisk on the safe swap. Slowly becoming one of my favorite safe swaps in the Ultra League. It is quite safe because of its massive stat product and amazing moveset. G-Fisk can often flip switch advantage for you, even with a type disadvantage. That is how good Galarian Stunfisk is in the Ultra League. And we do have it on the safe swap for Walrein, of course, first and foremost, and of course any Charmers that we may also encounter. But without further ado, guys, we are hopping into a couple of bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, picking up literally the worst lead you could possibly see with Griatina. I'm sure many of you were wondering, were itching to point out, oh, the team is a little weak to Obstagoon, a little weak to Scrafty. Let's see how we play out of this, guys. So we did tank the Night Slash from Obstagoon, gonna go for a Dragon Claw and then make an aggressive play in the Tapu Fini, guys. And the reason why is because I was making a hard team read. And here we go. It is Tapu Fini time up against a Kanto Muck counter swap. So the hard team read that I'm making, guys, is Obstagoon on the lead typically comes paired with a Talonflame in the back. So I knew that the chances of getting Tapu Fini on that Talonflame were not good. Look at Tapu Fini hanging in there with the poison type Kanto Muck, tanking the super effective Thunder Punch, and we get off a Surf at the same time as they throw. That is amazing. But Obstagoon does typically compare with Talonflame, and I knew that my chances of getting Tapu Fini on that were pretty slim. So we wanted to draw out whatever they had and get rid of it. So we do come in with Stunfisk as they Poison Jab us down. We knew that the Obstagoon was likely to come in on it. That's pretty enticing when you throw a Stunfisk in there and you got a counter user. You want to get that counter user on the Stunfisk. So this is working beautifully. Like I said, guys, I'm making a hard team read that there is a Talonflame in the back behind this Obstagoon, and I wanted to preserve Griatina for the Talonflame, guys. So that is what we are doing here. This is how we are playing out of this awful lead. Hard countered on the lead, hard countered on the swap. Stunfisk is going to try and grab a shield advantage, and we get to another Rock Slide, guys. If they have a Talonflame in the back, there's no way that they are shielding this, and we get rid of the Obstagoon. It is Griatina time, and there it is, right on cue, guys. The team read was accurate. There was a Talonflame in the back, and that is just because if you're going to lead Obstagoon, it just makes perfect sense to pair it with a Talonflame. Talonflame's going to be resisting fighting type damage and resisting charm. So they go together like peanut butter and jelly. and we left those mid-game matchups with a shield advantage, and Giratina against Talonflame up a shield is going to be doing pretty darn good, and we do grab the shield there. We're shielding everything. A sneaky Brave Bird would be quite devastating from this health range, so we are shielding everything, and they are not going to get to another move before we can get to 2 Dragon Claws, which will be more than enough to take out the Talonflame, plus a few Shadow Claws with Stab, and they knew that, guys. They knew it was lights out, so they concede the match, playing out of an awful lead and coming out on top. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Telling you guys, Tapu Fini did not disappoint. Tapu Fini is amazing for the Ultra League. It has very nice bulk and a very decent move set, so it will be quite formidable, and it was. And here we go. Nidoqueen lead. So, right off the bat, guys, you got to be reading your opponent's team. Nidoqueen often comes paired with 2 dark types in the back, and they save swap into a Scrafty. So there is dark type number 1. We're going to go into Tapu Fini, guys. We got just the answer for a Scrafty. Scrafty is not the safest safe swap, I must say. But we're not out of the woods just yet, guys, because they could absolutely have an Obstagoon in the back. But I'm thinking that they maybe don't have an Obstagoon, because if you're going to do Scrafty and Obstagoon as your 2 dark types, Obstagoon is typically the safe swap that you would go to. But they could just be saving the Obstagoon to try and get it aligned with the Giratina. But guys, just as in the Great League with Azumarill and Scrafty, Tapu Fini absolutely dominates Scrafty. And this battler is trying to flip switch. They're going for switch here. They went down a shield. We will match that shield because we are getting quite low. Scrafty in the Ultra League is an absolute monster. And they look to combo play, and we're fine with that. We're going to let Tapu Fini go down. And we're going to come back in with our Giratina. We're making another hard teamer, guys, that there is another dark type in the back. Could be an Alolan Muck, could be a Drapion. You can often see those as well. We don't know, we will have to see. But what we do know is that Giratina dominates Nidoqueen. It's just too thick, and the type advantage is just too much for Nidoqueen to overcome. Even as an XL, as a Shadow, it does not matter. Giratina does not care about your Shadow or your XL status. It just spams you with Dragon Claws nonstop. And expecting the Scrafty to come back in, but it's a Mandibuzz. Whoa, Stunfisk time, guys. We saw Mandibuzz. Their switch timer is not quite up yet, so we are going to take full advantage of that, guys. And this Mandibuzz is running foul play. I do believe it is recommended that you go Dark Pulse as an XL in the Ultra League, just to get that much more damage out of your Mandibuzz, as it does not hit particularly hard. But it doesn't matter either way, because we are every bit as bulky as this Mandibuzz here. We are just spamming these Rock Slides just as fast as we can. Fully expecting them to aggressively go back into that Scrafty, and the switch timers are misaligned. So we got to stall here, guys. We cannot get our health that low. We're going to go for a resisted Rock Slide just to burn the switch clock so that we can get back into our Giratina. The Scrafty is super low. Got a combo play just to get rid of it, because we want to stay healthy enough to get that Mandibuzz within Rock Slide range. Shields are down on their end. We want to get off at least 1 Dragon Claw. So here comes the first one. This will chip away slowly but surely at that Mandibuzz's health. And now it is absolutely within Rock Slide range. So now what we need to consider is the timer coming up. And there it is, guys. At the top in the middle, the timer is coming up. You will often see this if you're paired up against a Mandibuzz or an Umbreon, a very tanky Pokemon that can spam damage fast. You will often see the timer come up, and we get rid of it just in the nick of time as the time ran out. Holy smokes. Stunfisk coming in clutch in the end, taking out the Mandibuzz. That's going to be a good game. Well played. And to start things off with some exciting bonus battles in the Ultra League. And for this battle of the featured set of the video, we tried running Stunfisk on the lead with this team, which you can do and we pick up a Venusaur. So a pretty neutral matchup. We do tank Frenzy Plant pretty comfortably. And I'm going to go for the Earthquake and either pressure a lot of health on this Venusaur or grab a shield. They decide to tank. So we're going to look to catch the next Frenzy Plant onto our Giratina. Because we were recognizing that the Venusaur was relatively weak, and you never know when Stunfisk could come in handy. And they meet us with a Suicune. Holy smokes, haven't seen one of these since I think Season 2 or Season 3, back when it was relevant, but it has absolutely fallen out of the meta since then. We've come a long way since then, but here we are up against a Suicune, getting flashbacks from Season 2. Holy smokes. So Suicune does run Snarl, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, so it does beat Giratina pretty cleanly in the Zero Shield. Expecting an Ice Beam here. We do live it. That is just how bulky Giratina is, and we don't intend on shielding anything. We're going to look to let our Giratina go down as we chip some health on this Suicune here and look to come in with our Tapu Fini, because Suicune running Snarl, Ice Beam, Bubble Beam can do nothing to Tapu Fini. They can only hope to debuff us with these Bubble Beams nonstop. And we're going to do something absolutely crazy here. We are going to look to farm down this water type after being debuffed nonetheless. This is absolutely insane, but it will pay off because we will leave this matchup with loaded energy. All they can do is go for these Bubble Beams. They are doing no damage to our Tapu Fini. We resist everything that it could possibly throw. And this is quite the tedious matchup here. We are farming this thing all the way down. And we are just about debuffed to the max here, guys. Expecting the Venusaur, but no, they've got an Ampharos. Another Ampharos in the Open Ultra League. Oh my gosh, I've been seeing so many of these, which is quite interesting. But it is a solid answer to our Tapu Fini, of course. And we are debuffed. And we're going for these Surfs. Probably should have just gone for the Moonblast, knowing that it's not likely that they would shield after all those debuffs. But we do aggressively swap back into our Stunfisk. We know that that Venusaur is low, and we just have to be careful of a catch. And I wasn't sure if this thing was running Focus Blast. That would be lights out for us if they do land one. You never know what Ampharos could be running. It's one of those Pokemon that is sort of a mixed bag of what it could be running for charge moves. And they did go Zap Cannon, so we are debuffed yet again. And going to shield this up. We're making sure to throw in the middle of their Volt Switch animation just so that they can't catch. But shields are down. They do come back in with the Venusaur. And the timer is coming up yet again, guys. This is coming down to the wire, and it did hit 0. We have a healthy Tapu Fini in the back, so we would win even if it KOs. But it does not KO because Stunfisk is about as bulky as a Pokemon gets. And we take the game. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Man, guys, Tapu Fini was really putting in the work in the Ultra League. It is proving to be quite good in this meta. And here we go. We are met with a Cresselia. Back to the Giratina lead from here on out through the rest of the video. And we're fine to just play this out. At some point, we are going to look to make a play into Stunfisk. Just because you don't really want to let your Giratina go down if you don't have to. You never know when you may need it. You just never know. Giratina is quite valuable in the Ultra League. We can tank a Moonblast, of course, and we are just going to look to get off another Shadow Sneak here. And I do believe we look to set up a catch. We're going to look to catch the Moonblast onto our Stunfisk. You count to 7. They are throwing on alignment, so that's why we wanted to stay in a little bit just to see their play patterns. We picked up that they're going to throw right away. And they do, and we catch that resisted damage on Stunfisk as we get a massive lag spike. The game was super laggy last night during these battles, guys. It was kind of crazy. But they come in with a Kanto Muck, and I'm not sure if they meant to do this. Could have been a misclick because this is absolutely not an answer for Stunfisk. But if this is their best answer to our Stunfisk, it is looking quite strong, and they do shield up the super effective Earthquake. That, of course, would have done loads of super effective damage to the poison type. Going to shield up the potential Dark Pulse. We are getting low. We really want to land an Earthquake, and they went Sludge Wave there, so that was interesting. Maybe playing some mind games, I don't know, but we're going for this Earthquake yet again. We get some more lag here. Not sure what's going on. They let it go. Maybe they realized they made a mistake. I'm thinking they might have misclicked, but that's unfortunate for them if they did. But good game, well played nonetheless. So guys, if you're wondering, I would definitely recommend getting yourself a good Tapu Fini while it's available in the raids for the Ultra League. It is a solid Pokemon for sure. And here we go, picking up another spicy lead with Raikou. Haven't seen one of these in quite some time either, but it is a decent lead. It does run Wild Charge and Shadow Ball, so it has very good coverage, and would do very well against the Wall Rain leads that we typically see a lot of, and the Talonflame leads. So sneaky good pick, decent pick. It's got great coverage. We do tank the Shadow Ball, and they shield. They're starting to shield now, so we know that we can win this if we want to start matching shields. But I think we're going to look to catch a Shadow Ball, and they do bank their energy, and they come in with a Sylveon. That is interesting. They came in on our Stunfisk with a Sylveon. This is absolutely not an answer for Stunfisk. Some questionable plays by our opponents last night, but hey, there is not a whole lot we can do about that, guys. We just have to play with what we are presented with, and that is what we're doing. We will gladly take out a Charmer when it is presented to our Stunfisk. I'm gonna just put this poor Sylveon out of its misery with another Earthquake. It did not stand a chance. We say bye-bye, Sylveon. Expecting the Raikou to maybe come back in. It does have loaded energy, and we are pretty low, so we're going to look to shield up the Shadow Ball. We would live it, but they go Wild Charge. They're going to go back-to-back Wild Charge. We are completely fine. We can absolutely tank a Wild Charge with Stab, no problem. That is double resisted with our ground typing, and they have Talonflame in the back, so a bit of a questionable play going down on shields, but to be fair to them, they didn't know we had a Stunfisk. And here we go. It is Tapu Fini time, guys. Gonna go to work on this flaming bird of terror here in front of us. That Rock Slide did loads of double super effective damage, and we correctly shield up the Brave Bird. And Tapu Fini's gonna clean this game up and keep things moving for us here. We're gonna say bye-bye Raikou with a Surf, and that is gonna be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. Had a blast with Tapu Fini in the Ultra League, and you will definitely be seeing much more of Tapu Fini on this channel in the Ultra League. It is a solid pick, and we are met with a Shadow Machamp. They make a play in the Stunfisk, and it is Tapu Fini time yet again, guys. Tapu Fini does have a solid win over Stunfisk. And we can tank the Earthquake. As you can see, Tapu Fini has some very nice bulk, which makes it quite viable for the Ultra League. And because we tanked that, we are going to have to start shielding the Rock Slides if we hope to flip switch advantage here. And we really do want to flip switch because we want our Giratina on the Shadow Machamp, of course. It would be disastrous if that Machamp found its way to our Stunfisk. So we will play out this 2-shield if necessary to get rid of the Stunfisk and maintain our switch advantage. As you can see, Tapu Fini putting in work on this Stunfisk here. Gonna shield up this next Rock Slide. They are close to another one, but they will not beat us to another Surf, and we do win CMP tie. So we are gonna be saying bye-bye to the Stunfisk, and we did leave this matchup with a decent amount of health. This Machamp cannot farm down before we get to another Surf. That is the beauty of having that fairy typing in the Ultra League for the fighters. And that Surf does a lot of damage to the very squishy Machamp. And they make an aggressive play into a Wall Rain. So things are getting a little interesting now, guys. That is because we do lose in the Zero Shield, the Wall Rain with our Stunfisk. So we are not going to overfarm at all. We know that we will not win this in the Zero Shield, but what we do know is that we can absolutely chunk the health on this Wall Rain and get it within a manageable range of our Griatina. And we know that we are likely going to have to tank a super effective Icicle Spear, but it is worth noting that this Wall Rain is not a shadow, so it's not going to be doing nearly as much damage. I'm banking on that we can live a non-shadow Icicle Spear plus a Rock Slide. I'm putting all that faith in the Griatina, and we get a massive lag spike here, guys. I'm telling you, the lag was ridiculous, and the Icicle Spear does not do the damage it should. That is unfortunate. The servers were just absolutely wacky last night, guys. Not a whole lot we can do about that, and as you can see, there's that weird bug where your charge moves don't do the damage. That is unfortunate, but I honestly, guys, I gotta say, I don't think it made a difference. I think we were gonna win this either way. We would have lived that Icicle Spear plus Rock Slide enough to get rid of the Machamp nonetheless. But yeah, unfortunate, but good game, well played nonetheless. So glad I was able to pull it off last night during the raid hour. Able to get Tapu Fini ready for these battles here, guys. And here we go. Picking up a Como-O on the lead. So very close matchup. Honestly, I haven't looked at the sims between these two. I know that it is extremely close, and I know that it's much better if we're running Dragon Breath. But they do tank our first Dragon Claw. We're going to tank theirs, and we are taking super effective from these Dragon Claws with Stab, but we're thinking that we can maybe get to 2 more Dragon Claws before they can farm down. Expecting a shield on this next one. That would be getting it very low. And we should have been able to get some more in. It looked like they had some weird lag there where the damage registered as if it were 2 Dragon Tails, but we come in with Tapu Fini, they come in with a Cresselia, and we come in with our Stunfisk. And right here, something else really weird happens. That glitch again. They get their first... The Grass Knot did no damage, but then it went through again, and then did the appropriate damage, which was insane. I've never seen that happen before. And they get to their next Grass Knot much faster than they should have. Guys, something weird was going on in this battle. The servers were ridiculous last night. I don't know. I never want to accuse anyone of cheating, but a while back there was someone who found an exploit to where they could get to charge moves twice as fast as the normal rate. I don't know if that's what was going on here. I never want to accuse anyone of that. And knowing how bad the lag and glitches were last night, I don't know, guys. But they do look to combo play us with their Como-O. They went for the close combat. We did shield and came in with our Tapu Fini, going to tank the resisted close combat and look to farm down. Really would have been nice to get off that damage with our Griatina without having that weird thing happen there. But they do come back in with the Cresselia, and we do go for the big Moonblast, and they tank it. We're going to shield up the potential Grass Knot here. We seem to be up against it. This battler's getting to their charge moves way faster than they should. Gonna look to CMP tie to the next Surf. I do imagine this grabs that last shield that would have KO'd, and gonna look to catch it. Look at that, guys. There's no way that they would know that we were swapping, guys. That was literally an instantaneous simul swap. That was insane. It's almost as if we're like playing against a computer or something, or something weird like that, or a bot. I've heard whisperings of there being bots in the game. I don't know what is going on, but whatever it is, it's not. It's looking a little sketchy to me, guys. Again, I never want to accuse anyone of anything, but this Umbreon has loads of energy magically. I counted 7 snarls. They would have to have done 8, so maybe they snuck through a snarl and we didn't see, but they somehow had a last resort waiting for us for our Tapu Fini. Gonna look to get rid of the Umbreon with a Surf, and it is coming down to the wire. We know the timer's coming up, but we know that Grisalia just seems to have infinite. I can't even speak. That's how frustrating this battle was. Infinite amounts of energy as they take us out. That battle was quite sketchy, I must say. They do take that one. I guess good game to them, but it was extremely close. It would have been nice to see how that would have played out if we had the game working as intended. But extremely close nonetheless, and we were able to do some things with our brand new Tapu Fini for the Ultra League, guys. What a good Pokemon. And like I said, guys, you will absolutely be seeing much more of Tapu Fini on this channel. Tapu Fini is absolutely here to stay in the Ultra League. I do believe it will become meta as people begin to see the potential of Tapu Fini. And even with raid IVs, guys, it still performs extremely well. Like I said, its stat product is just very, very good for the Ultra League. It has the perfect stat product to be viable in the Ultra League. The only Tapu at this point that is viable in the Ultra League, and that is fantastic because it has an amazing typing as well that does extremely well in the Ultra League. So had a blast with Tapu Fini, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing some Tapu Fini action in the Ultra League. Definitely looking to try it on some different team comps and different lineups, and to really test it out and see what it's made of in the Ultra League. But I had a blast, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.